Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I just wanted to give a shout out to say hi and to give a quick update here. I've been doing a lot of research lately. If I'm not outside taking photos, I'm inside searching and learning and reading, and I follow a couple other channels mainly to get a different perspective on what I've been seeing here. As I said from beginning, this has been a journey. The souls, the angels have been leading us on a journey to discover more about the side that they're on, the living versus the dead. And those who have passed on, those who are here, are in different energy fields. Like AngryCatfish Briggs has a clip I actually watched, I think it was like a couple days ago on Wednesday. It was Wednesday, April 7th or something like that. But his video was very interesting where he talks about magnetics. Now, this isn't about Planet Nibiru or Planet X or anything like that. And I have to laugh because I've seen some of these Planet X YouTube channels, and all they're catching are orbs during the daytime. And I said this before, they look really, really big in the sky, so I can understand why somebody's going to think it's a planet or some moon. And I've seen them make strings, little tiny dots string together, and sad to say, they're really this small. They're and I'm not making no case on here, just because somebody's gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's Illuminati. No, I'm not. I'm just a tired mom. But yeah, they're really small. And I said this a couple times, that when I'm filming them, it depends on where they are in the atmosphere. They're either, they could be right directly, like on the lens itself, hence why they look enormous. And then there's other things that I've seen that are just complete mystery, and it blows my mind. And again, I think there's just so much more to this that we're not getting yet, and we're little by little we're getting there. Put it that way, pieces of the puzzle. And yes, it's taking me almost 3 years to get to this point, to learn a lot more about how they move about, their energy and stuff like that. And one thing for sure is that they move together like a school of fish. So sometimes they do. Sometimes, other times they're by themselves and they're zipping about, but a lot of times they move together as fish do, and which is amazing. And that nighttime video I just put up a couple days ago shows them like swirling about together. And they've done that in the garden as the fairies. So they've done that in the garden, and they swirl, they swirl around. So then that's one thing that I can definitely say, that when I walk outside to the backyard, when you see insects, I can just tell that they're the fairies right away versus the insects. Because yes, they look like insects. I completely get why I get people that stop by here and they're like, oh, you're seeing bugs. But I always tell people it's the way they move. And it's incredible. They're like this swirling tornado, and it's always the way they move that sets them apart. And now when they're around the sun, and when I see them cycling through the sun, again, it's just a cycle thing. And it's like they're all over. They're globally, they're everywhere. And that's why everybody says the veil. Now, I think that the veil, so I've been listening to AngryCatfish Briggs, and again, this has nothing to do with Planet X. This just has to do with his insight into magnetics and, the push and pull of everything. So I'm going to put his quote in this video, or add what he said, because I found it completely fascinating, which that magnetism brings me right back to what that pastor said about Revelations. And it has to do with the veil, between the living and those who have passed on, in terms of magnetism. There's this push and pull, and in regards to energy, and how like everything's just connected.
I believe this place of death exists side by side with the land of the living.
Well, it does. When you die, you go to the electro side of the electromagnetic field. We're on the magnet side. Simple as that. They're right.
Yeah, we're in the beautiful Springs. Without notes, footnotes, or anything else, because it's in my heart. Do you know why the open halo wave? Electromagnetic field, intertwined with each other, inseparable. We're on the magnet side. The electro side's the spirit side. Now, what are you? You're a children of a creator that's way bigger than we've been let know. The entire programming on this planet has been screwed since we wrote these things on the walls.
The other night, they woke me up at 3 o'clock in the morning to tell me that what AngryCatfish Briggs said was correct about the magnetic side and the electromagnetic field and etc. So they do that to me, and they'll wake me up in the middle of the night and give me some information. And that time of night, it's really difficult because, you know, if I don't write it down, I fall back to sleep and I forget. So they'll often have to remind me. So, and they do. They will. They have their own special way of, you know, giving me what I need to know to add to the puzzle so we can put it together and get a bigger picture. And now there's this whole discovery, something called quarks. Yeah, which reminds me of Star Trek. Quarks bar. I am such a geek. I just admitted that I used to watch Star Trek. But yeah, I'm gonna add a photo of that. So I'm gonna add a photo of that, which is pretty awesome.
Quarks has been recently discovered just this year, just a few days ago. Okay, the makeup of an atom. A quark is an egg, the torrid field. That's our magnet. 1748 hertz right there, folks. Everything's scalar. Pine cone. That's our magnet. 1748 hertz right there, folks. Instantaneous action at a distance. Pure string theory. Everything's scalar. Mainstream science just came out this last few days and backed up every finding I've found. It's verified omnipresence, people.
I like being a small channel. I said it a few times. I'm not here for likes. I don't care if anybody likes a single video of mine. That's not what this channel is about. This channel is about to share what they're showing me with everybody else, because that's what they wanted me to do. The angels appeared to me, you know, almost three years ago, this spring, late spring. And they appeared to me, and in the beginning they drilled the same thing into my head over and over and over again. That we're all connected, we're all one, part of the same. And it's only, sadly, it's the division is caused, you know, by, well, long story short, division is done on purpose to divide all of us, because united, we are just incredibly strong. And when AngryCatfish Briggs talks about magnetics and how we're all part, it's like we're all part of the same chain link fence, you know, and a couple broken links, the fence is weak, but links that are solid and together, that fence is really, really strong. United we stand, divided we fall has never been more true. We have to keep in mind we have to keep in mind meekness, not weakness. It's been a long day. But meekness and giving and caring about others is really important. And we don't have to be, you know, I know there's so many people out there that have a voice that don't get heard. You do matter. Doesn't matter where we are in the world, doesn't matter what we do for a living, how much money we own, if we're healthy or sick, we're all loved by God. And we just have to remember that not to get sucked down into feeling that we don't matter, because I know what that feels like. You feel like you're doing this and you feel like nobody's paying attention. That's how I feel about my channel. I feel like I'm out there so many times that nobody's listening. But for everybody out there who feels that nobody listens to you, you matter. And don't ever think that you don't matter. And don't ever think that you're not loved, because you are part of this fence. And this fence is strong. And this fence needs you. So I hope that makes sense. I rambled on too much. Take care. Bye.
I woke up with a broken heart in my chest. I couldn't sleep, couldn't get no rest, weighed down by the heaviness of life. And I try to shake it, flipping through my phone, but all it does is make me feel more alone. How could anything that feels so wrong be right? 7 billion voices separate us, but only one can show us who we are. We are made in the image of, made in the image of God. Beautiful shades of love. We are made in the image of, made in the image of God. That's where the light comes from, yeah. We all need the same medicine. We all need another second chance. There's no first in line at the foot of the cross. Father, forgive me. Show my concrete heart. We are made in the image of, made in the image of God. Beautiful shades of love. We are made in the image of, made in the image of God. That's where the light comes from. We fall apart, we all lose sight of heaven, but still your love is chasing us. And oh, give me a heart for every heart that's breaking, and give me eyes to see we're so much more than flesh and blood. We are made in the image of, made in the image of God. Yeah, we